Thingabobbob, diddly doo dah. Back again, sorry, delayed yesterday because stuff. Anyway, we're on 47 now, counting down the 51 greatest albums of the 70s as ranked by Classical Music earlier this year. And today, or at 47, we reach an album that I'd never heard before. It's a Genesis album. It's Genesis's Foxtrot album. Here we go. Let's press the play button. You might be able to hear that in the background. Now, oh, that's a bit loud. Oh, a bit loud. Turn that down a bit. How do we turn that down? Where's the volume control? There we go. Can't hear myself bloody think. So, up until this is a new experience for me. I'd never heard this album before. In fact, I'd never heard a Genesis album before, except for the one with a shape song called Genesis, with the one with Mama on, which I thought was all right. I'd never got Genesis previously, so I'd never really listened to them. Except, actually, tell another lie. A friend of mine, Fabio, he's an Italiano, and he was in the Genesis, the tribute band. He was the bass player. And he did his first gig with his Genesis tribute band, who had a female singer, and they were really rather good. I went along with a friend just to support him, and it was really rather quite a nice experience, to be honest. I suppose they picked the best Genesis songs rather than the rubbishest Genesis songs. And in preparation for that, I started listening to Genesis chronologically, and I started with From Genesis to Revelations, which is bloody awful. Oh, it's Jonathan King production for some reason. And then there was a couple of others which never really grabbed me, I don't suppose. I think Net Trespass was there, maybe even Nursery Crime. I don't know. But so this is the first album I've really sat down and listened. And it's at number 47, Foxtrot. And it's... What I found about it is it's got Watch of the Skies, which starts off inspired by a line from John Keats, so we're all very posh. I'm sure that was a Tony Banks thing. He's very posh, and I'd like to do this in my way. But it all sounded a bit... there's a track on it which sounded a bit Elton Johnny. Johnny. So it sounded a bit like an Elton John tune to me, and it seemed like they was just trying too hard to get too many ideas into a song. And just as you start to get into something, you go, boom, chop, change for something else. So it's, just let these ideas develop. Why don't you? And as a matter of fact, on the second side of this album, on Supper's Ready, they did. And it's better. Still, for me, it all sounds a bit harsh. Peter Gabriel's vocals are a bit harsh. And I even found Steve Hackett's guitar a bit harsh. And the organ that Tony Banks is playing, I mean, in the hands of Keith Emerson of the same era, and even John Lord, sounds fine, but here it sounds a bit... I don't know. Anyway, it's 50 minutes and 3 seconds, I think, which is about the time it takes me to leave my car, walk up to the gym, do my aerobic arc trainer workout, and walk back to the car, pondering on it. Genesis, Foxtrot, number 47. Listen to it. Leave a comment in the comments thing below. Hasta la vista.